everybody. What's up? This is the Bottom Line Podcast presented by Anchor.fm, your home for sports and entertainment talk. Yes, we got the jerseys today. If you're not watching on YouTube, go watch. Jimmy Finizzi, Mr. Taco with you, a.k.a. Austin Myers. We hope you've been well. We've missed you guys, and we do sincerely apologize for the lack of content over the past week. It's just been a very hectic week for both of us, both personally and work-wise, but we're all good. Everything's okay. We're ready to go, and boy, oh boy, Austin, we got quite the episode today in our debut back. How are you?
I'm doing great. We got the goods.
Man,
before we get going,
oh sure,
Gatorade, hit us up.
Oh, sponsor us, please, Gatorade. But
yeah,
no,
Gatorade, call us because I'm rocking the new Gatorade pods.
Oh snap, dude! Okay, I see you.
I had to get a little bit of splurging before the episode pick, so
there you go. But no, look, ladies and gentlemen, we've got quite the interview for you today. All right, quick edit there. Sorry about that. I had to change the lighting that apparently makes me look like a ghost. But no, seriously, we got quite the interview for you today as we have another awesome rock band for you to check out. They are called Kaleido. Just think of kaleidoscope, just without scope. They need no further introduction. They're from Detroit, Michigan. They are pretty much known
That's a short shot.
Yeah. No, I mean, seriously, that's how I like to think of it. But no, in all seriousness,
no, I'm just
they're
saying
known for their high energy rock
Detroit.
and roll.
You're telling me they're from Detroit?
So this would be a fun conversation.
You're telling me they're from Detroit?
Yes, they are from Detroit. Yes.
Wow, that's only a short shot from me.
Oh, I misheard what you were saying. I'm sorry. I thought you meant I was taking shots at the band. I'm like, no, what are you talking about, man?
I'm saying
why would I do the dirty like that?
That's a short shot. That's a short shot away from me. Because everybody else we've interviewed.
Yeah, pretty much.
New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Pretty much. We've only done tri-state area. We've never interviewed anybody from Detroit yet, but this will be a first for us. So it should be very, very fun.
Oh man, I should bring up the Red Wings and see what they say.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure if they're big time sports fans, but hey, it can't hurt to ask. But with that being said, sit back, relax, have a good time, and enjoy our exclusive interview with Detroit natives, Kaleido. Enjoy. All right, Austin. It's time, my friend. It's time. These guys need no introduction from me, at least. I said it before, but I'll say it again. They are Detroit pride. They are from Detroit, Michigan. They need no further introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome Christina Chris and Joey freaking Fava of Kaleido. Guys, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a while since I've spoken to you personally. How's everything?
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us. It's good to see your face again.
That's a good It's good to see your guys' faces too. It's been a while. I miss seeing you guys at shows. And hey, look, next time looks like we lost Austin, so we'll have to get him back. We'll have to get him back soon. He probably got a little intimidated. I'm just kidding. But no, look, in all seriousness, look, it's so great to see you guys again. Next time you're in Jersey, I'll definitely have to come by and see you guys again. I got to make up for the lack of not coming to see you guys perform. But anyway, without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into this. So anyone who knows me right now knows I love origin stories. I can't help myself. I need to know how you guys got started. As now we got Austin back. Sorry about that. We got some technical difficulties to resolve. Everything all right, my dude?
I'm just gonna put it same Gilman Wi-Fi.
For those that don't know, there's a little bit of a running joke. We're good friends with a band from Erie, Pennsylvania, First to 11. You probably know them if you've seen this podcast. If you don't know who they are, I suggest you go check them out. We always make this joke that the drummer Sam has terrible Wi-Fi, so that's why we always blame that if there's any internet issues. So there you go. That's the joke. But anyway, all jokes aside, I said it. I was saying this in the middle while you were getting your internet back, Austin. If you know me by now, I love origin stories. I just have to know how everything got started. So with that being said, let me just start off by asking you sort of a two-part intro question. A, how did you guys meet? And B, who came up with the band name Kaleido?
Which one you want? I'll do one. You do one.
You do the first part.
Okay, so we met like probably about 10 years ago. We were both in other bands. We were just kind of both getting started, cutting our teeth in the local scene here in Detroit. I was in a band called Robots in the Garden with some friends of mine. Christina was in a band called Christina Chris Band. We played a show together by chance. And immediately before I even met anybody else or even talked to anybody, Cody, who's our bass player, just came like running on stage when we were playing. It was like, oh man, you guys are awesome. We were like immediately friends without even introducing ourselves or doing anything. And they watched our set and then we stayed to watch their set. So we were immediately friends. And it just kind of blossomed from there. Christina and I were hanging out. We were started to write songs and it just kind of turned into, all right, well, maybe we should do a band. And Cody was a great fit and he came along. And yeah, it was pretty organic, just kind of meeting each other through playing shows and getting along, it's very cool.
That's pretty sick. And again, look, ladies and gentlemen, we do apologize for any internet issues that we may have in advance with Austin. We promise you we will power through this interview regardless. But anyway, I don't mean to cut you off, Christina. I apologize. But now let's get back to the question here. Why Kaleido? Who came up with the name?
I did while Joey and I were driving to a recording studio to record the first song that we ever wrote together, which is called Love Design. We were driving there and I was kind of just daydreaming, looking out the window, and we had tossed around a couple of different name ideas for the project before and nothing was sticking. I'd suggest something, Joey would say no, he'd say something, I'd say no. So it just wasn't happening. But somehow that day, I was just gazing out the window into the sky and I thought Kaleido. And I said Kaleido. And
I remember
it was the first one he didn't hate. And he was like, I kind of like that. And so we did our session and recorded the song and thought on it a little bit longer, but we didn't even come up with any other.
No. I kind of knew when you said that was it. I like one word band names, especially at that time. That's what we were like, oh, I want to have like a easy, just like one word, something that just sounds right. And when she said that, I remember we were driving the car and we were pulling up like in somebody's, our buddy that we did actually, shout out Matt Halliday, did our first record with him, pulling up his driveway and we're getting on the car and she's like, what about Kaleido? And I was like, yeah. So that's crazy.
I like that. No, because I always think of it this way. I've always, whenever I introduce you guys to any of my friends, I always say, think of kaleidoscope just without scope. That's how you can find this band. It's straightforward to the point. That's probably the easiest way I can explain it.
You know what? We use that same explanation.
You do too? Okay, thank you. I thought I was the only one. Thank you.
I'm always like, Kaleido, no scope. But going further into why we chose that name, it is derived from the word kaleidoscope. And I was looking at our lives like through a kaleidoscope, a collection of different experiences that come together to make something beautiful, and it's ever changing and intricate. And so it just fit perfectly for our music and us as people.
I really like that. And speaking of your music, I noticed a bit of a pattern here with your music, because your first album, Experience, which was your debut album, it's more of a high energy type rock and roll type of album, while your most recent release, your EP, No Really I'm Fine, is more of like a dark and heavier type of vibe to it, as we're working on getting Austin back again. We apologize for any technical difficulties. You're back again. You're back. Now is everything okay, Austin?
I no promises.
Oh my God! All right,
it's gonna be one of these days.
We'll power through it the best we can. We promise. Hey, we're doing whatever we can. But no, as I was saying, you went from sort of a high energy type of rock album to more of a heavier style with a lot more. Well, not to say that your first album didn't have any deep messages, because it does, but your EP seems to have a lot more of a deeper type of message to it. Can you explain like what made you decide to go in that heavier, deeper direction?
Absolutely. We write about our lives and feelings, emotions, situations, and experiences that we have gone through. And during the creation of Experience, we were just kind of like more partying, having fun.
Yeah.
Like there are a few deeper songs on that record, but it's for the most part musically like rockin', party, having a good time vibes.
Right.
And then of course the No Really I'm Fine focuses more on mental health, and that is just the timeline of my life and what I was going through at the time. And I just write about the things that I feel and I'm going through. And that's just, it's as authentic as that, you know, what I'm feeling is what I write about. And so that is like a timeline in my life, the releases of both of those records.
I really, really like that a lot. Now, I want to go back to, I don't know the exact date, but take me back to the day where you guys first performed on stage. What were your emotions like? Like, what were you thinking? Was there a point where you're like, "Oh man, we can't do this. We're not going to be good enough"? Like, what were your thoughts when you first stepped out on that stage and said to yourself, "Oh my God, this is actually happening right now"?
Like our first time ever in life, or first time as Kaleido?
As Kaleido. I apologize.
Okay.
This is kind of a crazy story. So we started off the band just writing songs and recording. And it was mainly just Christina and I, and then Cody was hopping in, he was playing bass. So it was like, we didn't necessarily have like a band at first. This band was like, not like our previous bands we had been in where it was all about playing live and we were kind of like writing songs and crafting this stuff before we played live. So we basically had like 4 songs. And Christina was actually going to, what were you doing? You were with Mike Clark. You met Mickey. I want the story to tell, but how did you get with Mike Clark to begin with?
A friend, a longtime family friend of my family's, had made an intro to an incredible producer named Mike Clark, famous for the ICP stuff and Kid Rock, and just that's a little bit back on him. But he was working with an artist called Mickey Avalon in Detroit, cool. And I was invited over there for a writing session. And so at this time, we only had a handful of songs that we had just recorded. We didn't even have, you know, our band together at that point. And he listened to some of those songs while I was over there. And he said, "Wow, these sound like they're ready to be on the radio right now. I love them. Would you guys like to come and open for me at the Roxy on Sunset in Los Angeles, in Hollywood?"
Sheesh,
and I
said,
sure. And, you know, I immediately talked to Joey about it. And we all kind of jumped on getting ready to do that. Like we took that opportunity and it was a sold out show. And I just remember the nerves of walking through the parking lot and being in such an iconic location and venue. I mean, it's West Hollywood. It's the Sunset Strip. The show was sold out. It was like our first show.
Yeah, it was nuts. So like, technically that was our first show. Anyways, that's why the backstory was told. So the first time we stepped on stage was there. So it was like, I was like, you know, really young and just, that was my first time in California. And I just wanted to do well, you know, and I wanted it to be good. And so we basically just like not threw the band together, but we were just like, all right, we're going to start playing because we're going to go do the show. So it was kind of like a crazy moment where we just like walked out, it was sold out. We didn't know he's more of like a hip hop artist, you know, definitely like rock influence, but more of a hip hop crowd. So it was like a weird thing to begin with. But I think that kind of set the stage for us. We're just like, for the first, we still do this now, but like, you know, the first like 5 years of us being together was like, we'll do anything and everything. And we just ran for it, and we'll like go where we don't belong and play and just like, you know, play for anybody. So
take any opportunity you can.
Anyone.
There you go.
It's thrown into the fire.
That really, just thrown into the fire, and you just, you know. So yeah.
And I think Eminem kind of said it best.
Oh.
it's your only.
You're gonna do it right now. Just do it.
you gotta seize the opportunity.
I thought you were gonna fully go for it. Okay, yeah. So,
oh my goodness.
I won't do that to everybody, but the opportunity.
Wow.
And we did, and then we kind of just like it was like shooting out of a cannon at that point.
From there,
After that first big show, we just kind of started to get all these really incredible opportunities, and we found ourselves on stages in front of massive crowds, like from the very beginning. And it's like, you get out there, it's like, are you gonna do it or are you gonna not do it? I mean, we're gonna
right.
So anyways, with all that backstory, yeah, that's pretty much how we felt though. We were just like, I was never like, I don't know if we can do this. Like I was always like, we're gonna do this. Like, let's go. You know, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. If they don't like us, so what? If you're playing, you know, we'll just play no shit. I didn't care, dude. I still don't. We'll play for anybody. So
just roll the punches, my guy. I got you. Now, speaking of Eminem, just an off-topic question here, really quick. Please tell me that any of you caught the Super Bowl halftime show with Eminem and everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Of course we did.
Thank you. Austin, I see you leaning back. What's your problem, my guy? he's just like I'm not sure what to say about that right now, so just leave me alone.
Just here.
Oh my God.
We did catch it. It was as Christina said, that's the closest Detroit's ever been to a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford, Lions, Eminem in the halftime show. That's about the closest we're ever gonna get, I think. So.
The Detroit Rams, baby.
Detroit Rams.
Also, it's so funny. My dad is like a huge sports fan, and I grew up watching, you know, all the Detroit sports and getting behind all the teams. And so my dad always does football pools. He does, well, for every sport, he does pools. And I ended up getting the Rams in this pool. My brother,
nice.
My brother had the Bengals.
Cincinnati.
So, we made it to the very end, and it was like brother versus sister for the Super Bowl. To like, so I won, and also I moved to LA at the end of 2020, and so it was just kind of serendipitous that I wound up with the Rams in that pool too. And Stafford moved there too from Detroit, so I don't know. I was like all in my like feelings about all of this.
Hey, you know what, Christina? That's called fate, my friend. No, technically speaking, Austin and I went up each other for the Super Bowl because he really, really wanted the Bengals to win. I picked the Rams, even though, Austin, I kind of stole your thunder a little bit. I apologize. I said you picked the Rams, so that was my bad. I'm sorry, but I know you wanted the Bengals. So technically speaking, this kid and I went head to head, and I ended up winning. So
yeah.
Sorry, Austin.
Yeah.
Hey, look, in all fairness to you, hey, the Bengals had a hell of a year, so who's to say they can't run it back again?
And that was a hell of a game.
It was a great
game. Thank you. Exactly what I'm saying. That was probably one of the best Super Bowls that I've seen since, I don't know, at least from a Rams point, since the greatest show on turf in '99.
It was a good game, man.
Go ahead, Austin. I'm sorry.
I was going to say it was only a good Super Bowl because there was no Brady or Mahomes in it.
That's also fair. That's fair, I guess. And hey, look, Matt Stafford literally talked Tom Brady into retirement because look where Brady is now. So what more can you say about that? But we'll probably get more into Detroit sports in a little while. But let's go back to you for a second here, because I remember very vividly the first time that I saw you guys performing. I remember it very vividly. It was back in 2017, I believe. And you were promoting your debut album Experience. And I believe you were at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. Yeah. And I remember you were opening. What was that, Joey? I'm sorry?
The Seether, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You were opening for Seether. And anybody who knows me personally knows that whenever I go to shows, I really don't care about opening acts unless it's a band I really like. So right. I saw the poster in the place. I'm like, with special guests. I forget the other band. I think it was Letters something. Who else was opening?
Fire, yeah.
Guys?
Letters from the Fire.
That was it. Thank you. It was you guys and Letters from the Fire. So I thought nothing of it at first. I was like, okay, it sounds cool enough. And to be honest with you, when I looked at the name Kaleido, I thought to myself, okay, this has to be probably one of the coolest band names I've ever heard. So maybe it'll be good. And little did I know you guys would completely exceed all my expectations. You absolutely blew me away. And look, you guys have definitely changed my perspective on opening acts for bands, because as long as it's high energy like you guys are, I'm good with it. And look, me and my friend got to meet you guys afterwards. It was an amazing experience. And hey, we actually got to participate in singing along a little bit, which made me nervous as hell, but it was a great show. Just describe what it was like opening for Seether is where I was going with all this. What was it like opening for them?
It took you that long to get to that one question. Jesus Christ, Jimmy.
Austin,
set the stage. Tell the story, dude.
Yeah, thanks, Joey. Austin, you know me by now. I'm a long storyteller. I gotta get my point across, my dude. But anyway, please go ahead. I'm sorry, Joey.
Well, thanks for the love.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Of course.
And it was amazing. That was one of the biggest tours we had done up until that point.
Yeah.
And it put us in front of a lot of new fans that we still communicate with and have, and they're coming out to shows to this day. So that was awesome about that. And every show was like sold out.
It was an amazing tour, dude. We were looking basically for a tour to do right when Experience came out, to promote it. We submitted for some stuff, and we heard right away from our agent that Seether, like we had a chance to do this tour. So we're like, oh my God, I mean, that's crazy. Like Seether's, a massive rock band. I mean, it was very cool. And Sean and Dale and them guys were just like really, really awesome to us and hung with us every night. And we just had a blast, man. They were really cool. Christina sang Broken with them.
Yes, I remember that too.
Which was awesome. And Clint Lowry from Seven Dust was playing guitar for them on that run.
Yes.
And he was killing it. So it was just an awesome tour, dude. And all the shows were almost sold out if they weren't, you know what I mean? Like, so it was just a massive tour for us at that point. And it was just great, dude. I can't say anything but great things about it. The crew was awesome. Everybody, it was a blast.
We're talking to Kaleido here on the Bottom Line podcast. Speaking of tours, that probably was one of them. But the one that was probably even bigger for you was the recent tour that you had with the legendary Sebastian Bach. What was it like touring with that guy? I know how big of a deal he is.
It was awesome. It was long. The tour started on October 1st and ended on December 18th. So it was nearly 3 months long. And it was a very fun time. And he was so incredibly kind and awesome to us. And we had a lot of fun getting to know him and hanging out. And the story of how that tour came to be is one of the craziest stories. I was in Detroit on my birthday, waiting for some people to meet up for dinner. And I looked down at my phone and it said Sebastian Bach followed you on Instagram.
Oh.
And I was like, is this really him? And like I clicked it, like legit blue check mark, 500,000 followers. I showed Joey, I was like, what is Sebastian Bach doing on our Instagram right now? And then he left a comment on one of our videos. And a couple of minutes later, our booking agent called me and he said, all right, don't get excited, but are you available from October 1st to December 18th?
The entire holiday season.
And I said, yes.
Long, dude.
I said yes without even asking anybody else in the band. He's like, you're being considered for this tour. Don't get too excited. It's not like set in stone yet, but I'll let you know. So I carried on with my birthday dinner and evening. And the next day I got a phone call from him saying, you got it. And that's when I was like, well, I guess I should tell everybody else in the band that I just obligated them for a 3-month tour.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody in the band was super excited to do it. And then once we finally got to the tour, we met Sebastian and he told us his side of that story. After I told him, I'm like, this is so crazy, like how this came to be. Like, I saw that you liked our stuff. And he's like, said that he was genuinely a fan of our band and that he had found a video of us online and he really liked it. And he's listened to some of our music and he was digging it. And so he called his booking agent and said, I want this band to open for me on my tour. And then his agent said, well, oddly enough, their booking agent has already submitted them for consideration.
What?
So bam.
Wow.
So that was like, and that is fate.
Yeah,
I
that
think.
was pretty
As
crazy.
you would-
That's pretty much fate.
It was nuts. 'cause
Way to
never-
use my own line against me. I appreciate that.
It was crazy. We never met him. We never like.
He's the coolest ever.
Well, I'm talking about before this tour. Like we had no communication with him, and we didn't know each other. So it was such a crazy thing. It was like, wow. Like I mean, obviously, dude, I know. Like I grew up listening to Skid Row. I mean, I watched him on TV my whole life. So this dude is like, I know this guy. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Our dude, like, he's like wants us to go on tour with him. Like, why? This is crazy. Like, it was so cool, And we ended up becoming really good friends with him, and his whole band and whole crew are the coolest people. I mean, we spent a lot of time with these people. This is like 3 months, So we definitely got pretty close with everybody. And I hope we get to go out with them again and do some more stuff because they're like very cool and very.
That would be really, really sick if you could tour with him
love
again.
to.
That would be awesome. And you know I would pay big money to come out and see that show.
Yeah,
But no, what you were just describing would be Austin and I's emotions if First to 11 asked us to introduce them per show. I know what Austin would do. He would just be on the floor like, what?
Well,
He already fell over right now.
I would be dead. I already fell over it.
What was that, Austin? You got cut off for a bit.
I said I would be dead. I fell over once already. What makes you think I wouldn't be dead already?
Oh, come on. Why are you gonna do me like that, my guy? But no, speaking of, still on the subject of tours here really quick.
On the subject of tours real quick, it's your turn to fly out to Chicago and go on tour and go to a tour with me. Let's go.
Oh my God. I know you've been begging me to come to Chicago. I know. I will in due time, my guy. I promise you. Hey, maybe if these guys are in town, maybe I'll consider flying to Chicago.
You're taking a little too long there, Jimmy.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry that I have a personal life. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But look, in all seriousness, speaking of tours, I know you just got done with Shiprocked as well, the cruise. So let me ask you this. Would you guys prefer touring on a stage or on a boat?
Well, we're getting pretty good at it, dude. On the Sebastian Bach tour, we did the Kiss cruise, bro.
Yes.
So we did 2 cruises in what? Less than 2 months. Like,
yeah.
So we get pretty good at it. We've done Shiprock before that too. So honestly, dude, I'll take the boat.
And
pretty sweet.
what?
I see you.
There's stages on the boat.
Yeah, it's
So
all
it's
there.
both worlds.
You got it. Like, yeah, dude, it's fun, man. I mean, at the boat docks, you get to get off, and we went to on the Kiss cruise, we went to Belize and Honduras.
Yes.
And then on Rock, we just did Costa Maya and Cozumel, and it was. Oh my God, it's beautiful everywhere. So
I was gonna say, in regards to the Kiss, that'd be really something to perform with a band like Kiss, who's been around for 50 years. That must have been insane.
I'm like growing up, I was just a massive Kiss fan. It was like Kiss and Metallica for me, and they're like comic book heroes to me. Like they weren't even like people, Like so when we got that
the action figures,
dude, I was.
I love it.
It was unbelievable. I was like, we're gonna play with Kiss. We're gonna go on a boat with Kiss, and we're gonna be on the same boat with them, and our band's gonna play. And it's like Shiprocked has a lot of bands that are on there, but this Kiss cruise was like 8 bands or something, maybe. I don't know. It's not a lot of bands, so it was crazy. It was like, dude, the honor we felt of doing that was like, wow, like we get to.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. We got to see them play on there twice, 3 times actually. They did one unmasked show. They did 2 masked shows, and like. It was crazy, man. And we got to talk with them and spend time with everybody. And it was just like, it was one of the coolest experiences of my life, 100%. Like,
it's
that's awesome.
Kiss,
dude. It's the hottest band in the world. Come on. Jeez. And we're from Rock City. Can't beat it.
Exactly. Wait, what were you
out there for sure.
What were you saying, Austin? Your audio got cut off a little bit.
I was just saying, it's Kiss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Now, speaking of action figures, a little bit of a personal question here. Do any of you guys? I know the collection you have, Austin. It's right behind your set. But do you guys have any collection of certain figures that you actually like to keep for yourselves besides the Kiss figures that you mentioned?
I don't really anymore, but I used to. I still have them somewhere, but we move around a lot and we're touring, whatever. So I don't have like a setup, but When I was a kid, I had like the Metallica action figures and the Kiss
Yes.
action figures. I loved those, dude. They're so cool. I would love to have a collection of those. Like, I love figures still, dude. I mean, it's like the coolest thing to me. Especially like
the reason why I bring that up is because, in speaking of Metallica, I happen to have. Give me 1 second.
Oh boy, here we go again.
What was that, Austin?
Hey, I'm interested.
Forget it. I don't even.
No, I want to see you, dude. Come on.
No. I happen to have. I don't know if you can see this, but I have I have the Funkos of 3 of the members of Metallica. Well, actually 2. Plus, I have. I don't know if you can see this one here, but this is Fat Thor from Avengers.
You got him as Hetfield? He's standing in?
Whatever works. Unfreaking believable, man. But that's pretty much all the figures I got. And we're trying to work out the issues with Austin, as he is currently frozen right now. But we'll work on that ASAP. And there he is again. Austin, I swear the internet. I swear the internet does not like you for some reason today. I have no clue what it is.
Well, it was me yesterday, so.
I mean, I guess
you're probably following Austin for today. He's like, nope, we want nothing to do with this.
Thank God it's not me today. Sorry, Austin.
Oh my God. It's okay.
Gotta be somebody.
Okay.
Better you than me, because I was having a great panic attack as I'm watching myself freeze, and then people are asking me questions, and their words are like.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
An awkward pause, and I'm like, I don't even know what you just asked, but we're live, so. Yeah.
It's just keep freezing out. Oh, by the way, we're live. So wait, what?
wait, what? We're live? Oh.
yeah, pretty much, my guy. But no, listen. Going back to your music for a second, there is a specific song that I wanted to ask you guys about. It is more of a serious question because there's one song, well, actually a couple on your most recent EP. No, really, I'm fine. The first one I heard off of that was Pretending, and I think that really should click with a lot of people nowadays, and it should really kind of get more people to open up about mental health discussion, because it really is something that really has taken off to a massive degree, especially in today's society. And it really is amazing how more and more people are starting to speak out. But when you got the idea to write that song in particular, what were you thinking at the time?
It's really strange because this song came to be during a Christmas party that we were having with all of our friends. And in a time where you would think it's the holidays, all of our friends are over, everybody's happy, presents, good times. That's how I was feeling inside, and I couldn't project that. I was hosting a Christmas party, and then later on in the night, Joey sat down on the couch and just started playing an acoustic guitar, and that just spilled out of my mouth like immediately. I'm tired of pretending I'm okay, and it's okay to not be okay sometimes. And so it came about like the most organically, like it was pretty my exact feelings in that moment spilling out.
Like, I just picked up the guitar and literally played that part that's of what it is right now. Like I just literally picked it up, dude. And it was just really crazy. Like, I think everyone was in the basement. We were like jamming or something or doing whatever. We walked upstairs, and we had a guitar in the living room. So I just like literally picked it up for a second as I was walking and just started playing that. And she just like said right away. I mean, it was like a 2-second thing. And we were like, look at each other like, what was that, dude? Like, and every time something happens, I freak out. And I'm like, get out your phone. Get your memo. Now, you know what I'm saying? Before it just like disappears into the ether. I have like such anxiety about that we'll forget something. So it's always. No,
I completely relate to that. It's totally understandable.
It's like, get your phone, record this. So yeah, dude, it happened. There was no effort. It was the weirdest thing. It just like came out. Yeah, at a Christmas party, no less. So
out of all places, but no, seriously, I think that song is probably one of the most powerful songs you wrote, and it definitely clicks with me personally, because I really can relate to that message. Now, speaking of guitar, Joey, I already know that you are just a god as a drummer, but when did you start picking up guitar, my guy? Because you're really, really good at it, as well as a good singer.
Thanks, dude.
No worries.
He does it all.
I started playing guitar.
This man's like an engine. He just doesn't stop, you know?
No, I actually I broke my leg skateboarding when I was like 12 or 13.
Ooh.
And I always wanted to like play anyways, but I couldn't really play drums or do anything. You know, I couldn't skate, I couldn't play drums. So I just was sitting there playing guitar for like 6 months. Yeah, so I just started playing then, and from then on I just played. So I couldn't even imagine not playing now. It's like I kind of was drums my main instrument, and I started doing that. That's how I got into music. But now I do them both so much that it's like crazy. I can't really imagine not playing guitar. I'm definitely more comfortable doing it now. So yeah, man, It's crazy. I just started doing it out of boredom kind of, and now it's
out of boredom. Okay, I'll play along. But no, seriously. No,
really,
I know
I play music, and I yes.
I got you. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I apologize. But I know you two. The reason why I asked that question is because I know you two sometimes do play acoustic shows just by yourselves. So with that being said, I know this is another tough question here, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is there a preference for you playing just by yourselves or with a band? Like, what do you like most, if you even have a preference?
With the band.
With the band. Okay. Yep. I had a feeling.
It's why was that even a question?
They're both very different vibes, though. You know what I mean? Like it's like if I'm playing with the band, I'm like just sweating and slamming, and we're like loud as hell, and there's a bunch of energy. But acoustic is like, calm and just like letting that out. They're both very musical, but in two completely different ways. So
right.
Definitely more exciting to play with the band and the whole band.
Well, yeah, because
crazy. Yeah, like
not just that. Then you have the energy of everybody else, and you just bounce it off of each other.
Yeah, there you go. But then an acoustic thing is very cathartic as well because it's letting it out in a different way. For me, mostly because I'm playing a different instrument.
Right.
So it's like equal things for me. But if I had to pick, I mean, yeah, it's the band.
It seems like the most obvious answer ever and the most obvious question, but I just had to throw it out there anyway. That's just me.
Fair
now,
enough.
in terms of music, is there anything that you can tell us in terms of new music coming very soon?
Yes, we're writing a ton of music right now. We actually recorded 10 songs before we left LA to start touring. And I had to kind of put that on pause for a minute because we were getting back to live shows. And after not being able to play for over a year because of COVID, we were just like jumping to go tour and play on a stage.
Yeah.
So we've already started. And since we've been home from the tour, we've been writing as well. So we have a ton of new songs, and we are focusing on getting those ready to release. So I'm going to just say, like, as soon as possible, ASAP. As soon as we get those sounding and to the level that we're happy with, we'll be putting them out.
Yeah, that's the main focus right now. So
fair enough. No, that's 100% fair. Now, there was one more question I wanted to ask you. What the heck was it? Austin, you gonna back me up here, my guy?
Nope.
Damn it! You're leaving me out to dry, my guy. What is this? But no. Now I remember what it was. It was back to
this is what we call your show.
Damn, I see how it is. I mean, technically you are right, but you're still a part of it too, my dude. So,
once again, like I said last week on the live stream, this is your show unless you're not here.
Yeah, and when I'm not here, all hell breaks loose. But that's another subject for another day. But anyway, it was going back to Detroit sports for a second here, because I know Christina, you personally have had the opportunity to sing the national anthem at Detroit Tigers games before. Tell me what that experience was like for you.
It's scary as hell. I also sang the national anthem for the Detroit Pistons and the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Dude, I have to since we're on the subject. Okay, all these are insane. Like I was there for all of them. It is the most nerve-wracking, most intense feeling you could possibly imagine. And I didn't even do it, dude. She was doing it. Okay? Really? Like the first one we did was for the Tigers.
Right.
And the cool thing was, so she was gonna do the anthem. So we're like, wow, this is insane. Like we go to Comerica Park, but they're like, okay, well, actually, we have this brand new scoreboard. It's like a massive, like, just humongous LED screen. And we just had started and we had our logo of our first EP, which is like very colorful and cool. So they go, we're going to put this on there and the band's going to come out and play acoustic. And we're like, what? Like, and I was, we hadn't really done that much at that time. We were just getting going.
Right.
So like, we're walking out to do this. I'm like, so now I got to do this too. And I'm like playing guitar and singing. It was like, we walked out through the dugout area, like back by the dressing rooms, like onto the field. And I was just like, this is like unreal. Like, I can't imagine we're doing this right now, And we played and it was crazy. So that was one time. And it was like so nerve wracking. I never had done something that was that nerve wracking in my life. So then this is unreal. The season of the lockout for the NHL, which was, I forget when it was 2014, maybe 15.
Yeah, 2013, 2014. Yeah.
2013, 2014. So there's a lockout and, Detroit, this is hockey town, bro. Like they're ready to go. I mean, so the first game coming back, nationally televised game, Karen Newman is a staple here. She's sung the national anthem for the last like 20 years. Right. So she's a legend here. Everybody knows her. She can't do it for some reason. She's sick or whatever. So like Christina gets asked to do it. And it was like, so, okay. Yeah. So really we go to this game. It's completely sold out. It's at the Joe Louis Arena, which
Joe
is
Louis. Yep.
I missed the Joe. So I'm not used to saying Little Caesars Arena. It doesn't sound
weird,
right.
No.
But anyways, I think it was, we didn't have many more games there. So it was insane. We're there. It's sold out crowd. I'm with our guitar player. We're up in the like nosebleed sections about to watch this happen. And it's literally, dude, like she walks out on the ice and they're so excited for this game. Like this is shaking, dude. The floor is shaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's so loud and so intense. I'm like, oh my God, dude, she's going to come out here and everything's going to go silent. She's just going to sing by herself. Like, I was like, this is
wow,
like crazy. I can't even imagine. So like, you can take it from there, but I had to
as if there wasn't enough pressure already,
Yeah. Nationally televised, it's a lockout. It's like, here, you can take it from here. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was so nervous for that one. I'm nervous for all of them because I'm just alone. There's no music. It's listening to my voice. And in these situations, there's a lot of slapback, like from the audio traveling through an arena, and it's like echoing. And so you have to like stay right here, like in what you're singing and try to ignore the natural echo that's happening.
Yeah.
I actually like puked in the Zamboni room.
Oh gosh.
Not the Zamboni room.
In a bucket.
Oh,
dude,
goodness.
But then I went out and did it, and I walked out, and they had like all the season ticket holders on the ice, like surrounding me. Mm-hmm. And then all of them started singing when I was singing the anthem, but none of them were in the same key I was. So I was like trying to like zone all these people out and then also remember the words and sing it good.
And all of them were standing on the rugs that they put out to walk on.
Oh my
Walks on the ice, dude, on just the ice. Like with no rug. I'm like, oh my God, so many things could go wrong right now.
I was like I'm gonna end up as like one of those national anthem fails on YouTube where the person wipes out.
You see those, like, dude, the horror in that moment. Like
you're just thinking, this is gonna be on.
You're just thinking, don't fall.
Sports Center, not top 10. Put it up right now.
Oh my God, dude.
But I didn't slip.
Nope.
Even though we walked the carpet, I just kind of walked like a penguin out onto the ice and stopped and stood there. And I was so relieved when it was over because nothing feels better than successfully doing that and hearing like everyone going crazy at the end of it. And you just know that you didn't mess up the words or forget the words or fall or nothing crazy happened. and it's over. So it's a great feeling when it's done, but before it happens, it's like really intimidating.
Oh,
that might be one of
it, but it's like it comes with a lot of anxiety.
right.
that one was just crazy.
Unreal.
Well, that might be somebody calling you saying, "Hey, probably don't talk about this." But no, honestly, that might have been one of the best stories that we've ever heard so far in the 5 years of this show. That might have been one of the best stories we've ever heard.
It was crazy. I swear, I never been more nervous for like a situation that I wasn't even involved in, dude. Like I was just in the crowd and I was just like, oh my God, the weight of this right now. You just feel it in there, dude. Like,
yeah, no, seriously.
It was shaking. Like it was so intense that everyone was just slamming and screaming and like, dude, I mean, cause how loud was it in there though? When you were walking? Oh my God, walking out there.
It was, I got about halfway through and like the place just, it sounded like a roar.
It was so hype.
Okay.
Vibration. Like the Joe was sold out and these people had not had hockey in the entirety of that lockdown. So it was like, I mean, like half of the season had already gone by,
dude.
right?
It was like January or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Something like that. But literally, I heard the roar and I heard people applauding and screaming and like when I hit the note, you know the note that I'm talking about.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
Okay. And it was a great time.
Now, let me ask you this. If given the opportunity, would you do it again?
Absolutely.
There you go. That's it. That's important. There you go. That's the answer I was looking for. Thank you.
All right, Jimmy. Looks like we got to go to a Red Wings game.
Yeah. Yes. Now I have an excuse to fly out somewhere. There you go. But no, listen. Now, let me just ask you this now. Have you become a fan of these sports teams ever since that opportunity?
I was a fan of these sports teams my entire life.
Yeah, growing up.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, dude. It's we've always, because like, you know, when we were kids, the Red Wings were like the Yankees of hockey.
Yeah.
You know? They were incredible. 97, 98, back-to-back Stanley Cup champs. 2002, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it was like they were always good, and that's why it's like
2008 as well.
2008 as well, yeah. So it was like, but especially that team was the dream team back then. So we were kids, all, you know, but Lions have always been, you know, just.
Hey, do you remember? Sorry to cut you off, but do you remember like being a little kid and making the homemade Stanley Cups?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Nothing more thrilling than that.
Oh, wow. I was not expecting this. All right.
Sweat Philly, or I forget who it was, but we like, it's like sweet. It was crazy here, dude. And that was like, so you know, when you're a kid, it's very impressionable. Like, so we were really into these, well, into the Red Wings. But the Tigers, you know, weren't good until 2008 when they made it to the World Series. It was like, that was incredible when that happened.
Yeah.
Tigers were like really not good, you know.
Actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mean to cut you off, Joe. I apologize. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. I believe they actually made the World Series in, what was it, 2006, I believe?
They did again. Yeah, but they lost.
2006. It was against the Cardinals. The Cardinals.
Yes, that was. Yeah, it was 6. Sorry, it wasn't 2008. It was
no. It's all good. It's all good. Don't
and then they made it again in like 2012 or something, right? And they lost both.
yeah, and they got they get swept by the Giants.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Let's go. So yeah, it was like, you know, as we got older, but the Red Wings though, dude, was a big one because they've always been good, and obviously the Pistons were great too. I think 2002 we won that championship as well. So like they were good when we were young. So we were definitely always into them, but. Yeah, I mean, you kind of get, and then you started meeting some of the players though as well, like you know Jimmy Howard,
nice.
And we like Darren McCarty and like a bunch of like legends of you know.
Detroit Did you meet Dominic Hasek?
No, never did.
Damn! Oh, that would have been so epic.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing but great things about Dominic Hasek. I've heard he was a really, really nice guy. Hell of a goaltender. That would have been epic if you got to meet him.
Yeah.
Now, before we let you guys go, because unfortunately our time is running short here, any upcoming shows that you're allowed to announce to your fans out there who might be watching this?
No. We are focusing on writing right now. So we are in the studio. We are creating new music. We've carved out this time to really focus on getting new music out. We were lucky enough to tour for 5 months of 2021, which, you know, was pretty spectacular considering like the COVID crap is still going on. So we did 5 months of touring, and we're taking this time to get these songs finished and release something new because it's been a hot minute.
I'm sure something will come up though eventually, you know, soon. Stuff comes up, we just jump on it. So I'm sure we
yeah, your first new material since 2019, back when it was actually a good year back then. But no, because we didn't have to deal with this crap. It really is unbelievable. I'm sorry, Austin. What were you saying? I cut you off.
Let's not reminisce on the past, there, bud.
I can't help it. 2019 was the last good year that we had. I'm sorry, but it's facts.
We did release a single in 2020 though, and a single in 2021. So we did.
Yes.
Dead to Me in 2020, and then Panic in a Pandemic.
Yes. By the way, the concept of Panic in a Pandemic was incredible. I really enjoy that song, and the video was just epic in and of itself. The fact that you guys did it over Zoom the whole time, that was really amazing. I really enjoyed that. But listen, guys, again, before we let you go, how can people find out more about you? Where can they follow you on socials? What's your website? You got a new merch? Like, how can people find out more about Kaleido?
KaleidoBand.com is our website, and we have all of our merch available on there. And then also links to our social media, but I will just mention them very quickly. It's at Kaleido Band for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And as same as on Facebook.
Yeah, it's all
Facebook.com/Kaleido Band. So Kaleido Band is gonna bring you to all of our stuff, and like just KaleidoBand.com for our website, which lists any upcoming tours and shows that we have, and has all of our merchandise and any new music, etc. That's the space to go.
Yeah. Wow. TikTok, something Austin and I are lacking on nowadays. Austin, we got to get more behind the scenes content on there, my guy.
I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get out the house in a few bit. I'll work on it. I'll work on it on Sunday, bub. Jesus Christ, you can't expect everything out of me.
Now you know what. Now you know what you guys have to put. What I have to. You know what I have to put up with on a daily basis now with this guy right here.
Don't give me that crap.
No, dude, seriously, it's always a joy to work with you. You know that. But look, guys, Christina, Joey, this was...
You guys an old married couple.
Don't you be snarky with me, my guy. Come on. You know me by now. Don't be snarky with me. But no, in all honest to God seriousness, Christina, Joey, this was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for coming on. We truly appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You are always welcome back anytime you want. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Hey, anytime. Well. They are
Thanks, guys.
Kaleido, Christina, Chris, and Joey Fava. Go check them out, KaleidoBand.com, and follow them on all social media at Kaleido Band. For Kaleido and for Mr. Taco, I'm Jimmy Finizzi. This is the Bottom Line Podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace and take care.